Take three. This is Jacob Clary from AnxietyBot Studios. We're here to give our sixth devlog update. This one's going to focus more on AnxietyBot in space than Simulation Breach because we are working on an update for AnxietyBot in space. There's three major things that we're wanting to add to the game. Might be some minor things that we throw into the update too, but the three major things we want to add is we're finally implementing the high score list. It'll contain the top 10 scores, and if you beat one of the scores on there, it'll make all the scores go down, drop the last one off. The way we're doing this, where when you crash into a meteor and it goes to the game over screen, we're having an input pop up like the old school arcade games that three letters, your initials. The left and right arrows control which, move into a different letter. Up and down will change the letter. It's not working right now. I mean, it pops up, but once you hit enter on the initials, there's some sort of array argument that's crashing the game. So figure that out. But the high score thing will be added. It'll be local though. We don't have a website yet to add a webhook and post scores onto our website so that you guys can compete with each other. But that'll be another update down the road. The second thing for the updates we're going to add is more power-ups and more debuffs. So right now we have 2 power-ups, 1 debuff. We're going to add 2 more power-ups and 2 more debuffs. So it'll keep it 1 less debuff than there is power-up. I think that's fair. One of the power-ups we're thinking about adding is increased fire rate. And the way I think I'm going to do this is make it to where you can hold the mouse button down to fire when you have this power-up, so that you hold it and it fires a little bit faster than what if you clicked it. I mean, obviously you're holding the button down. So the debuffs, we're kind of playing around with different ideas there. If you have any ideas, feel free to throw them down in the comment. We'll definitely take a look, maybe take them into consideration. The third thing for this update, we're going to be adding progressive difficulty is what I guess would be the best way to describe it. The longer you play, the faster the meteors are going to get, the more meteors are going to spawn. So in the beginning it'll be easy, like, oh man, this is too easy. So some people be, oh man, this is too easy. Other people like, oh man, I can learn how to play this easier now. But as time progresses, more meteors are going to spawn and they're going to get a little bit faster moving. We're just going to let that progression keep going until it's like really, really hard. That way we can kind of get those high scores that stay high scores. Give people a challenge to chase after a high score that they don't think they can beat, because at a certain point it just gets really hard to even keep going. But those are the 3 main parts of the update we're adding for AnxietyBot in space. For Simulation Breach, I need to get better with Blender. I gotta do everything, I guess. So I gotta get better with Blender, or I gotta find some assets that I can buy from somebody who is good at Blender. But we're going to be adding in a wide variety of weapon types. I don't want the blaster to be the only weapon in the game, so we're looking into other projectile weapons that we can use for this game. We're also looking into melee weapons and possibly throwable stuff like grenades or EMP, stuff like that, to add into the game, so that when you open up a loot box, you have a random chance to get a new weapon. We'll probably make it to where each one of the characters, all the bots look the same. The only difference is their color scheme, but they're different characters. So we're thinking about, I'm thinking about having each character start with a certain weapon, to be able to change it. Once you're in level, once you find a loot box, you find a weapon you like better, you can switch it out easy enough. We're going for that whole roguelike feel in this game. So we're also I'm also drafting up a bunch of ideas for the abilities that can be unlocked. Like I said before, it is a roguelike game, so we're wanting to give players a bunch of abilities they can get, possibly upgrade, a bunch of weapons. We're considering doing like rarity types for the weapons too, so like, you know, common, rare, legendary, stuff like that. But kind of idle there for a moment. There's other things on that game I could be working on, but I want to try to boost Anxiety Bot in Space, because it's getting views. It's getting good views on Steam. I mean, we're up to like almost 70,000 views. Well, 70,000 times it's been seen on Steam. About 10,000 people have actually clicked on it and looked at the store page. So we're trying to increase those numbers. Hopefully that'll help increase the sales too. Hopefully this update will do a lot towards that end, because the funding will definitely help for Simulation Breach. But it's gonna crash. But I'm gonna go ahead and minimize that a little bit and show you the high score thing that we're working on here. Hit play, get a score going, and run into something, and see it pops up. It'll ask for your initials. It does work. I don't know why it's got a white square on it. I have to fix that too. But so I got my initials in there, but if I hit enter, it immediately crashes. So it's an array thing. I'm not familiar with GML, so I probably won't ever use GameMaker again for another game in the future. This will be the only game we use for GameMaker for, because it's nothing against GameMaker. I'm just not familiar with this software. I'm more familiar with Unreal and Unity. Both of those use some version of the C language, so I'm a lot more familiar with C than I am with the GML. Like I said, not knocking GameMaker. There's some pretty interesting games out there that are made with it, but it's not for me, and I found that out through this game. So that's all for this week. See, other than that, I don't know. We're just hoping that this update goes smoothly. And once I get the high score part of it working good, the other two parts are cake. It'll be cake to add the new power-ups and debuffs, and the whole speeding up the meteor thing should be speeding up, and increasing the spawn rate of the meteor should be relatively easy. I mean, I've already made a couple power-ups, so those were pretty easy. Meteor thing just seems like just an extra bit of code added into the actual meteor. So we will keep y'all updated, and as soon as we have a day that will be the date for the release of this update, we'll let everybody know. Should be hopefully before next month, the end of next month at the latest. But like I said, I don't want to put a timeline on it, because the high score thing really is just fighting me. So other than that, thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe, whatever YouTuber people say. I don't really do videos, so I mean, I don't really like doing videos, but somebody's got to do it around here. So but yeah, I think that's it. So have a great day, and thanks for checking out the video, and take care.